sure. And whenever you want, Mum. Look, what about this afternoon?
Yes, that'd be good. And could you phone the prison and let them know what time?
No sweat. Just don't worry, Mum, because from now on, everything's going to be fine. I promise.
And this is another corridor. We've got lots of them here, but don't you go wandering about in them by yourself until you learn your way around, because it's...
And you sure Mrs. Reynolds won't mind?
Well, we'll have to request a special circumstances visit, but I don't see any problems.
Yes, I know I can help them if they let me. And I mean, he did seem genuine, don't you think, about accepting help?
Well, I think it's the only sensible thing to do.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Morris, for everything you've done. I do appreciate it.
That's all right, as long as everything works out.
Oh, look, I'm sorry. I forgot I've been so involved in my own problems. Rita said something about Mr. Jackson being missing up at the fire.
Yes.
Oh, Mrs. Morris, I'll pray that he'll come back safely.
Thank you. Just hope I hear from him soon.
Rightio, the coast's clear. But if we run into anyone else, you let me do the talking, all right? Come on.
Why don't you get some rest? You needn't work this afternoon.
No, I'll be all right, Mrs. Morris. You see to your own worries.
Meg, can I speak to you for a moment? What's happened?
Let's talk in my office.
No. What's happened? Is it Marty?
We don't know yet. That's what they want you for.
Who?
I've had a call from the police. They still haven't identified all the victims. They want to know if you... how would you feel about going up there, seeing if you can recognize any personal effects? You don't have to, Meg, if you don't feel up to it.
No, I'll go. At least that way I'll know.
Well, I'm off duty in a few minutes. Can I come with you?
I'll arrange for someone to take you up.
No, I'll drive. We'll go now. The sooner I know, the better.
Oh, come on, Maxwell, where's our money?
Yeah, we won it fair and square. Where is it?
You'll get it. You have been saying that all through lunch. Now, where is it?
You lot'll never see a cent, serves you right for betting with her.
We bloody better.
It'll take a little time to sort out. I missed half the races when your former leader tried to flush my radio down the toilet.
You want to watch it? The same thing will happen to you and the rest of your daggy gang if you're not careful.
You can try it, see how far you get. As it is, I owe you for that radio.
And what about our dough?
You'll get paid. The money will be here when it's safe for my contact to bring it in and not before.
I just don't know what I got.
Nothing catching, is it?
It's all right, Mel. What is it?
Can't say, it's a secret. But I bet it's a present from Captain Marvel. Oh, pity Jessie didn't get him to bring in my present. I might have got it
Oh,
then.
would you stop going on about it? I've already told you. I'll ring her and find out what happened as soon as I get the chance. I want to talk to her about things for the baby in here.
Oh, look, speaking of the baby, Lex, have you thought of a name yet?
No, I have had rather a lot on my mind, haven't I?
Hey, what about Jessie?
It's a girl's name, stupid.
No, it's not. What about Jessie James?
Listen, I've got an idea. Let's have a sweep.
Oh, what on?
Well, everyone pays 20 cents to put a name into the hat. Lexi chooses which one she wants. If it's your name, you get half the money, and the other half goes for a present for the baby.
Hey, good thinking, Laurie.
Well, what if I don't like any of the names?
Well, we just keep choosing names until you find one that you do.
Well, OK. If you don't like Jessie, what about Bert?
Bert!
Come on, Lurch, who's going to call their kid Bert?
Bert Reynolds' mum did.
You're talking to kids. Let's go see how Nancy got on with Peter. I don't much like the company in here.
I do mind amazes me.
That tame screw of yours better come through with a loot.
Don't let it worry you.
Why should it? You're the one they're going to want to string up. I reckon they'll be mad enough to do it too, gang or no gang.
I had a look through everything. There's nothing there of Marty's.
Oh, thank God.
He said there's nothing more we can do except wait and hope.
What area was he working in?
The eastern sector, that's where it's worst. They said he got cut off from his squad and no one's seen him since.
Excuse me, Mrs. Morris?
Yes, that's me.
This is Mrs. Douglas and her daughter,
Lucy.
From what we can find out, Mrs. Douglas was the last to see your son.
You saw Marty?
Look, why don't you tell Mrs. Morris what happened? I've got to get back.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I don't have very good news.
But you saw him?
We were... Lucy and I. The fire was all around where we were, but our house didn't seem to be directly in danger, so I told Lucy to stay inside.
I was awful scared.
Well, where did you see him?
He just appeared.
Just him by himself?
He was looking for his squad. Then the house just went. Lucy inside. She screamed. He ran straight in. He got her out without a scratch. He wasn't hurt either. It was a miracle. But then there was... A misunderstanding.
What misunderstanding?
Well, Lucy started to run back into the house. She was calling out for Cindy. Your son grabbed her and gave her back to me to hold. And before I could explain, he ran back into the house.
Cindy was still inside.
And the house collapsed. He didn't come out.
But you said there was a misunderstanding.
He must have thought that Cindy was another little girl. She's Lucy's dog.
Hey, what are you doing? I was watching the serial.
Too bad for you, Connors. Turn it back.
We want to see if there's any news about Mr. Jackson.
The firefighters are exhausted.
Well, then you should have asked me
enough
first.
relief volunteers to take their places. And as the fire rages, casualty figures continue to mount. We've just learned the mother of one of the missing firefighters.
Hey, there they are! Quiet, everyone!
Is it true your son went back into a burning house to rescue a pet dog? I'm sure our viewers understand how you must feel. Your son is an officer at the Wentworth Detention Centre.
Look, she said she didn't want to talk about it.
As you can see, people from all walks of life are rallying here to help try to stem this disastrous blaze. I believe your son saved the life of a child before he went missing. How do you feel about that?
Leave her alone.
Yeah, leave her alone, you miserable bugger!
Oh, Mrs. Morris, look, she's crying.
Do you believe the authorities should allow volunteers to
Stand the man!
What are you doing up
I told you
there?
the conquerors were up there. You must be with them. Oh, good on you, Dan.
Doesn't look too good for Mr. Jackson, does it?
that's enough. You see she's a...
He'll turn up soon.
Yeah. And we'll all be home for Christmas.
Well, we must keep on praying.
What did you find out?
Not much. There's been no chance to mount any sort of search yet. The fire's still way out of control in that area, and we just haven't got the manpower anyway.
Well, is there anything I can do to help?
Well, not just at the moment, Delia. We're pretty right for support crew. We've got a lot of bikie girls helping out there while the blokes are up at the fire.
Yes, we're keeping you from your work and said you were coordinating them.
Oh, they'll be pretty right for a while. They've got their own CB network going now, and... Hey. Look, nobody said we've got to give up.
I know, I just feel so helpless not being able to do anything.
Well, there's something we can do. We can keep hoping. I don't know how you feel about prayer, but sometimes the results can surprise you.
Been praying ever since he went missing.
We've got to do something before they turn nasty.
Stop worrying. I've already told them they'll get their money.
Yeah, well, they don't believe you.
It's irrelevant whether they believe me or not.
It's not just them. What about the one supposed to be in our gang? They're getting just as shirty. You're going to have everyone after us if you're not careful.
Hey, can I borrow a pair of your pants? Because mine are too big.
Not now, Merle. Look, no one is going to be after us. They'll get their money and that's all there is to it.
You hope. How are you going to handle it if they don't? Get her to crack a few heads? That'll just get Connors mad at us.
And I need a shirt.
Not now, Merle. Look, why are you so worried about Connors? She's finished.
I'm not so sure. Patterson isn't pregnant anymore, so you can't keep holding that over her.
Only I got a friend now to help me keep law and order, and he's the one I want the clothes for.
Merle, I'm trying to talk here. Look, if you had just concerned yourself with what I asked you to do in the first place and concentrated on finding us a new radio...
That's under control. I got on to Spider Simpson. We've got to meet her in 10 minutes.
Simpson?
Yeah, you know. C-Block. She's a real operator. Get you anything you want.
I know who she is. Do we really need to use her? I mean, it's just a radio.
You want a decent one, don't you? One that's going to work.
Keep it. Take Merle with you. You've got the money?
Look, I don't like this.
What do you mean you don't like it? You agreed.
It was supposed to be a phone account. Just collect money once a week on weekends. Now you're wanting me to smuggle it in at a moment's notice.
Look, once a week will be fine when things get moving, but this is the first time. The women need to see they're going to get paid.
Yeah.
Don't you trust me, Rodney?